Alright, hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to the video, Tower of Fantasy. My name is Ventus, and what's good with you? Alright, guys, this Tower of Fantasy video, we're going to be talking about whether or not the A3 of IRONHEART Merill is worth it. I was able to finally get A3 the other day, and I've been using it so far, so I had a chance to sort of spam a couple bosses before A3, spam a couple bosses after A3, and I'm just going to give you my honest opinions on whether or not A3 Merill is worth it, especially if you're somebody like me who's a small dolphin, or you're a little bit less than a dolphin, a minnow, and you just don't have that much money to spend on the game, and you're like, should I save the reds to get the A3, or should I just save everything completely and wait for the next summon pools? Now, before I get into all that, I want to say a special thank you and shout out to everybody who showed support to my previous Tower of Fantasy video about the 10 things that I would change. You guys like really went ham in the comment section, and I really appreciate that. I'm going to make another video specifically talking about one common theme in that video in the comment section people were all talking about, and I just one point that I just want to really just touch on and talk about, but that's going to be in another video because this video is not going to be about that. The reason why this stuff is coming out kind of late is because, you know, my state, we just got hit with a hurricane and internet is still out in my area. We just got power back a couple of hours ago, so I'm making this video so when internet does come back, I'll just upload that and then I'll upload the next video. But the main thing about it is I just want to say thank you to everybody who hit the like button, because I made a special emphasis on that video to, like, if you really dig or you're really messing with this content, Tower of Fantasy on the channel, please hit the like button. It's sitting at like 102 likes right now with about 1,000 views on the video, because as you know, next month is about to be a game changer for anime gaming content creators with Spark and Zero coming out, and then Sword Art Online Fractured Daydream coming out. So I'm going to be solely focused on those videos, and I really just wanted to see how many people here on this channel in this Tower of Fantasy community that I've created that are still like really like looking at the Tower of Fantasy content, that actually heard me say please hit the like button if you like the content, and who actually hit the like button. So kind of let you know, like, you know, how many people are kind of messing with the content. They sort of watched the video, heard me say please hit the like, gave my reasons. They either did or didn't hit the like, so that tells me a lot. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who did take time out of the day, the 2 seconds while you're watching the video, to click the like button. All right, and that's the same thing goes for this video. If you want to see more Tower of Fantasy content, the likes tell the tale, man. Hit the like button. This is not me farming for likes, because I could care less about the likes. Likes don't do crap for the YouTube algorithm. It just lets me know particularly that you watching this video, you want to see more Tower of Fantasy videos from this channel. And if you don't hit the like button. That just tells me everything. All right, so let's read the A3 of what IRONHEART Merill does. Okay, so it says, any volt weapon skill or discharge, solar shot, step back shot, and magneto-electric artillery can give special energy. When fully charged, using magnetic ray cannon will consume all special energy and enhance electromagnetic disruption. Chance of triggering chain static and magnetic tempest is increased to 100%. Gives full special energy upon entering combat state. Alright, so now the gameplay you're watching right now is me using A3 Merill on various bosses. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, and I have a feeling of how this is going to sound, right? But I just hope that you can take it for what it is and not roast me too harshly, right? Because I'm just an average player. I don't have a PhD in Tower of Fantasy mechanics, right? Like some of these other people who have every weapon, every chip, and they know how everything specifically works. They know how every rotation works. I'm just the average player who gets the A3, you know, gets the A4, A5, and wants to see if they can tell a significant difference, right? Like, there are some weapons where I've gotten this game where I've seen a drastic change in how the character operates, as far as like Pine Comet. A1 to A3, drastic change. The weapon completely changes and it becomes super viable at A3. So whenever I do get a weapon to A3 and I read what the A3 does, I try to see how that translates into actual gameplay. Now, I realize that some weapons you have to do a specific rotation. You have to use very specific things to see the results of the A3. So with that being said, as I was using A3 Merill IRONHEART, I didn't see a significant difference between A1 and A3. I know that there is a difference, or else they wouldn't have made the A3. I know that the discharge probably does a little bit more as far as, you know, whatever I just read with the DOT, electromagnetic static, chain lightning, or whatever that happens there. But when fighting these bosses, and maybe it's just because the tank boss, what is it called? Excuse me. Ying Zhao, I fought Ying Zhao, and I didn't see any difference there. I fought Ying Zhao before I had A3 and then after A0. Now, it just may be that Ying Zhao is just not weak to lightning, being that it's a lightning boss. I looked everywhere, and just as inside, if you can tell me what this boss is weak to, because I looked everywhere. Unless I'm, like, faded and I couldn't see, like, what's literally right in front of me, I don't know what that boss is weak to. I fought Teote. Teote fight, because he's weak to lightning, it went by fast. And before A3, it still went by fast. Could I see, like, a specific, like, change in, like, you know, time to kill this thing with the A3? No, I really couldn't tell. I couldn't see any, like, super significant difference in damage going out with the A3. I did the same thing for Zuyan. And again, I know Zuyan's only weak to ice, so using Volt on him is kind of pointless, but I feel like, and this is just, you know, my opinion, I might be completely out of the, you know, just off the ballpark with this one, but I feel like if the A3 was that good, if it did something very specific to change the damage that you were doing to bosses, I feel like there would still be something a little bit noticeable when fighting Zuyan. Like, it'd be just a little bit faster, right? That's specifically what I'm looking for. Looking for something to be a little bit faster, because everything that I read in A3, it just looks like the A3 is meant to boost damage a little bit, right? And I just didn't see that. All the bosses that I fought just did not see a significant increase in damage, a significant increase in time to kill on the bosses. All right, so as of right now, I'm going to say that the A3 probably not worth it. I think that the main thing of Ironheart Merill is seeing your tank weapon become a DPS weapon, right? And it does that at A1. I don't know about the A0 because I never tested at A0, but the A1, it just seemed like a monster. It seemed like an absolute monster when paired with Nola on Volt and Mimi on Volt and Fortitude Resonance. It just seemed like I was a one-man army, and that was good. I really wanted to get the A3 at that time, but, you know, somebody in my chat was like, don't get the A3, just get the chips, and they were saying the A3 is not worth it, just get the chips. And at the time, I just thought he was faded. He knows who he is in the comments if he's watching this video. I thought he was faded. I thought the A3 was probably going to be something good, even though I didn't completely understand what the A3 did. I thought, why would they make it unless it's not good? Every weapon's A3 is usually pretty good, right? So I tried the A3, and I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's that worth it to me. As far as if you are a newer player, because a lot of people have been leaving me comments about that. They're saying, what weapon should I get? Should I get Merill, or should I get Mimi, or should I get another weapon? I think right now that A1, A0 Merill, not bad. Not a bad choice at all. Actually, a very good choice to get that A1, A0 of Merill, because Merill is a really good weapon to use if you don't want to die, you want to play solo. I play solo a lot, and I can kill things easy now without having to worry about dying, you know, especially with Mimi on the team. Now, I think it then becomes a question, because Mimi is on the banner right now. You can also get Mimi or you can get Merill. I think the question then becomes whether or not it's smarter to advance Mimi rather than advance Merill. And I think right now that the smart choice is to advance Mimi, right? I might be completely faded about this, but I feel like every new weapon that has come out that I've been able to pair with Mimi to do something, you know, either ordinary or out of the ordinary, Mimi just makes everything better. And there are a lot of people in the comments, a lot of people in the chat of the streams here on this channel that have always, you know, they will agree to me that Mimi is just overall just like one of the best weapons in the game. So I think that if you do have your reds, and if you are like planning to spend some money, I think that your money is better spent on Mimi for a certainty. I don't know how long that's going to last for. I don't know if Mimi is going to, like, you know, just get power crept into, you know, non-existence in the future. But as of right now, I think if I had a choice between getting A3 Mimi and A3 Merill, I'm going to do A3 Mimi instead of A3 Merill. I think Merill is fine at A1, A0, especially if you have the weapon chips. If, and in talking about this weapon chips, I wanted to mention that earlier, I just forgot, but, you know, the guy who was, you know, kind of instructing me when I was doing my pulls on that stream, he was just telling me, he was like, no, don't get the A3. It doesn't make sense to get the A3. Get the weapon chips. It's better to get the weapon chips. Get A0, get the weapon chips, or A1, get the weapon chips. And I'm glad I listened to him, right, and got the weapon chips. Because the A3, weapon chips, way better than the A3. Way better. So that's sort of my opinion on it, right? Now, I know there are some Gosus out there who will, you know, nitpick and fine-tooth comb this thing and let me know in no uncertain terms that I'm faded. So let me know in the comments. Am I, like, faded for this? Is there a significant difference in damage that I'm just not seeing because I'm just not doing things right as far as, like, a rotation, as far as, like, using the skill in a very specific way to see the damage? Because, like I said, I don't have a PhD in Tower of Fantasy. I just get on the game, get the advancements, use the weapons, and if I see a difference, like, oh, wow, this is good, then I see the difference. If I don't see the difference, it's like, okay, well, this doesn't mean anything to me. I just, you know, got this, and what does it do? I don't see anything whenever I get an advancement of a weapon, I want to see visible results. I want to feel those results. A1 Pine Comet is a completely different weapon at A3 because you can see the results there, you know? That's what I like to see when I see advancements, and I just don't see that with Ironheart Merill. All right? Now, just as an aside, man, I just want to go ahead and throw this out there before I end the video. If you do like Tower Fantasy content and you want to see Tower Fantasy content continue on this channel, please hit the like button. That's all I ask. Hit the like button. That lets me know that I should continue with the Tower Fantasy content because, like I said, next month is going to be huge for the channel. I'm going to be focused on the games, and I do want to get Asurada because I think Asurada is a really cool character, but would it be worth it to get the character, make the content, if people are not really just interested in Tower Fantasy content here on this channel? Because, you know, I mean, it's nothing wrong with it. I mean, if the content is trash, the content is trash. I know most people are looking for, you know, the best rotation, the best builds, the best everything, and after seeing what everybody else is able to do with their Tower Fantasy PhDs, I'm just not mentally and digitally equipped to do what they do. The only thing I can do is play the game and give you my opinions on stuff, and then when they do, you know, certain things that I can tell you how to do this, how to do that, I can do that. So, I mean, that's pretty much the extent of my content here on Tower Fantasy, and me giving my own unique personality with the game. So, I mean, if that's something that you guys are interested in seeing going forward, definitely let me know by hitting that like button. You know, if I can see like 50 to 100 likes, that lets me know that you got this video recommended to you, you're sub to the channel, and you definitely want to see more. All right, so, I mean, it is what it is. It's not me farming for likes. This is just purely informational purposes because, like I said, likes don't do anything for the algorithm. Comments do stuff for the algorithm, so leave a comment, but the likes really don't do anything. So even if you don't want to leave a comment, hit the like to let me know that, yeah, keep making this content. All right, so with that being said, just let me know, man, what do you think? Is A3 Merill worth it, or is A3 Mimi more of a, you know,